Hi guys. As I've not been buying any records recently, I've not really got any records to show, but I did just pick this up, which is Sansui SR-313 belt drive turntable, which I found in a shop, second-hand shop locally. Very cheap. It's I don't know what year it's from. I would guess late 70s. Made in Japan. When I first saw it, I thought it was just like a cheap deck. But then when I tried to actually move it, pick it up to have a look at it, it must weigh about 10 kilos, I think. As you can see, the platter needs a good clean. It's slightly corroded, but I think the worst of that is probably clean off. Certainly the mat will be easy enough to clean. Belt drive. The belt was not connected when I got it, because when I turned it on, nothing happened. So I had a peek under here, and the belt was just around the platter itself. It wasn't around the spindle. Yeah, so I've picked up. It has a head shell on it and cartridge, but the cartridge I think is possibly just a cheapo thing. As you can see, some of the screws have started to corrode, but again I think that might clean up not too bad. Yeah. The counterweights are missing from here. There should be two counterweights, one which is a threaded one that comes from here, hangs over here, and then another one which is just on this spindle. But both of those are missing, so if anyone has any ideas of where I could pick those up, that would be great. It seems to work fine. I've not actually wired it up to a stereo and played anything on it yet, but certainly I plugged it in and it spins. Actually, it has this really old plug, which is quite cool because it has a switch on it. There was, I think, in the probably 60s and 70s, there was a trend for having plugs that didn't have the on-off switch actually on the socket. So you would just plug things in and they would automatically kind of be live. So I think this switch obviously was to counteract that. So even with the socket turned on, no power actually gets to the deck until this switch is turned on as well, which was a feature I've never seen before. So that was quite interesting. But yeah, so this is it. Sansui SR-313. I think it was one of their audiophile decks. Sorry, I'm not focusing very well here. That's a bit better. Yeah, like I said, if anyone knows anything about it, it'd be great to hear. The tops, not too bad. There's a few scratches on it. It has these nice wooden panels at the side. They're not actual wood. but kind of hardboard. Adjustable feet. Has your outputs, your right, left, and your earth. Yeah, so that's it really. A new deck. My wife's probably going to kill me when she finds out I have yet another turntable. But this was too good an opportunity to pass up, because I think these go for certainly way more than I've paid for it. So yeah, I'm really pleased with this. It has your standard head shell attachment, so I'll just be able to take my other head shell off my Technics deck to test it. But this is going to be really cool. It's kind of, I noticed this as well, it's kind of semi-automatic, so you can turn it on, and then the deck starts rotating, the plat starts rotating, but then you press play and you'll notice that the lifting arm here drops down. I'll show that. So it's kind of semi-automatic. I presume it doesn't lift at the far end once it gets into the middle. It's kind of like a manual, I don't know how you'd describe it, an automatic lift. So you don't actually have to lift the record, the head shell from here. You can swing it into place and then press play, and it will drop it down and up again, which is quite cool. Quite a cool feature. But yeah, like I said, this is going to need to be cleaned up. This rug will clean up no problem. I think most of that's kind of like will wash off. The corrosion on here might need a bit more work. Some very fine sandpaper or something might take it up. Take that off and see the actual condition underneath is perfect. And here's the speed change. You see the lever just pulls the belt up and down. Very simple, but yeah, it works a treat. Yeah, so if anyone has any ideas of how to clean it, where I could get my spare parts from, I'd love to hear about it. So take care, and I hope everyone is fine.